Hello guys, here are the part 2 notes for 5-4, factoring and solving, and this time through we're going to be learning a brand new way to factor, and it is known as factoring by grouping. Okay, so these problems are a little bit different. So in the past we were factoring things with 3 terms, now we have 4 terms. So that is when you need to use this scenario here. You need to use what I call the grouperang. So it's like a boomerang, only a G. Okay, yeah. Anyway, factoring by grouping, not too hard here, okay? Again, you need to do it when there's 4 terms. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your grouperang and you're going to group the first 2 terms and the last 2 terms. Now, key thing, you want to group everything with these last terms. So I'm also grouping that negative. The negative is grouped, okay? It's in the grouperang. And what you're going to do is looking at this red group, okay? You are going to remove common factors. Okay, so red group, it has a common factor of x squared. Okay, x to the third, x squared. That would leave us with x minus 3. Okay, in this other group, okay, the green group, we have a factor, a common factor of, let's see, we have negative 16. Okay, and what that leaves us with, hey, it leaves us with x minus 3. Now notice I took out a negative 16, okay? The thing with the grouperang is we are grouping, and our hope is to get the same thing in both of these. So after we remove common factors, we want both of our parentheses factors to be the same. So they need to be the exact same. Okay, which is why I took out a negative 16. Okay, once they're exactly the same, here's what happens, okay? What this means is from red and green team, we have the factors of x squared minus 16. That's going to be one new group. So the new group is the x squared minus 16. And we just have one factor of the x minus 3. There's only one of those, okay? So both of these pieces become your new group, and then the x minus 3 is a group. And hey, from here now, we can look at the 2 terms, find GCF, rewrite, check for more special cases. So an x squared minus 16 is really an x plus 4 and an x minus 4, and then we have the x minus 3. Okay, and that is all factored out, ready to go. All right, so let's look at this one. Number 2, another example. 4 terms, so you need to use the grouperang. Let's make red team, green team. Red squadron, green squadron, including that negative. Okay, and if it was positive, you'd still include that there. Looking at common factors of the red team, x squared leaves us with x plus 7. If this term's negative, chances are you want to bring that negative out. So of the green team, we have a negative 9. That leaves us with x plus 7. We know we did the right thing when these are exactly the same. Okay, they become one group. The x squared and the minus 9 become the other group. From here, x squared minus 9 is really x plus 3, x minus 3, and x plus 7. Those are all factored again. And one more example here is now, again, 4 terms. What do you need to do? Grouparang. And this one here is a positive, so it's still the same idea. Y squared minus 7y, we have a y squared in common. Leaves us with y minus 7. Green team, we have a positive 4 in common. Leaves us with y minus 7. These are exactly the same. They become one group. Whoop, whoop. And the y squared plus 4 becomes the other. Now, this is factored. Okay? It cannot break down. Why? Again, to emphasize the plus sign. So, notice here, in the previous two, we had the minus. So that means it can break down. The positive means it's completely factored. So, to be clear, your answer would be now y squared plus 4, which is done, and y minus 7. Okay? So, remembering your special cases. I do want to show one more example here, and these ones, so from factoring to solving, it's the same step as before, okay? First, you need to make sure you're set equal to 0. So actually, let's look at number 2, okay? Because first we need to set it equal to 0. So we'll subtract 14x to the third minus 14x to the third. Okay, that means we have 2x to the fifth minus 14x to the third plus 24x equals 0. Now I only have 3 terms, so actually I don't need to use the grouparang. This is from yesterday's factoring. Okay, and we're going to remove common factors. Looks like I have a 2 and an x in common. That'll leave me with x to the fourth minus 7x squared plus 12 equals 0. Again, don't forget about 2x. And we will factor what's inside. This meaning we have an x squared, factors of 12 that add to 7, negative 7, 6, 4, and negative 4, and negative 3. Okay, so to be clear, boop, boop, that's actually what I got. Okay, and from here, you have 3 things to set equal to 0. So remember when solving before, we said each chunk equal to 0. Oops. And we have this here. Now x squared minus 4, that's really x plus 2, x minus 2. X squared minus 3. And 2x. Wow. So we have 4 things that we need to solve. Okay, so we set each of them equal to 0. It's like splitting up into 4 different problems. So where is 2x equal to 0? Well, that means divide by 2, x is 0. There's one solution. Where's x plus 2 equal to 0? Well, that means x is equal to negative 2. X minus 2, x equals positive 2, And this is where all of the factoring and stuff comes into play from last chapter. X squared minus 3, if we remember this, you would add 3 to both sides. You have x squared equals 3. And how do you solve squares? You take the square root, meaning x equals square root of 3. But wait, plus or minus. Again, anytime you take the square root, plus or minus. Last little tidbit of information. We have x to the 5th. That means we should have 5 solutions. 1, 2, 3, and a positive root of 3, so 4, and a negative root of 3, 5. Okay, there's your 5 solutions. Factoring by grouping using the grouperang. Okay, and solving, we'll be doing a lot of practice of these, so great stuff. Your essential question is, how do you solve a higher degree polynomial equation, specifically that has 4 terms? Okay, so how do you solve a higher degree polynomial with 4 terms? I am going to do the extras. You are welcome to watch those, but under 12 minutes. Thanks, guys. Take it easy.